Alright, welcome back. We are on hour 9 and we're doing harvest of the barley, the most important crop for beer making. Yes. Hour 9 means we are in a situation where we need to consider, do we resow this field, replant it, or do we sell it, because it will actually take most of an hour, unless of course we get some machinery that's large. Then we could do it much faster. Things to consider. Looks like yield so far is very good. And we're not creating any straw, as you can see in the side mirror. I'm wondering, I think we're gonna fill this trailer now. If that is the case, then we'll sell this load, hire a field worker to continue the harvest. Yes, as you can see, it's getting full. It is full. Where do we sell barley? Looks like if we export it, we get most. Let's just check the map. Feed and grain south, so they will pay a lot, but if we export it to Goldcrest, we get 600. So let's drive it to the train. Is this the train unload? Definitely not. Oh, hello. Just saw something up here. Hello. Getting stuck on everything here. So of course when you unload to the silos here you won't get anything, because basically you're storing it, so that's also something we should have thought about earlier, because with the chicken feed we were looking to store, we could actually have stored in those silos and just pulled back out. For some reason it's free. Let's check on the canola. So the same export price is much higher. And now I'm wondering, the train, oh it's going right there. Does it have one or two grain carts? Can I export two things at a time or only one thing? Anyway, I think we should be fine, because I will just export the barley now. And then we can export the canola next month. The bakery is full. Big problem. Well, it's a luxury problem, if you can call it that. So looking at the train, it looks like there's 2 grain carts. On a real train, usually grain carts can also, well, not usually, they can come with separated compartments, so they can carry different loads in the same cart. But then they would have a very different look to them. Then they would look like 2 truck silos facing each other. Or maybe you're wondering why the harvester is not going faster. It's not how fast it's going that's usually a concern on a harvester. Right there on the display you would have some information about air pressure, compressors. Because when after the corn goes in below, it goes on some machinery that will actually basically hits the corn or the entire plant. So you hit the seed or the crop itself off the plant, and then it gets blown with air upwards, and then you're separating the shells and any leftovers from the plants, and that comes down to airflow. And of course the quality of these sieves you have in the machine, and they can only work at a certain speed, and of course you can go faster. If you go faster, then you have a loss of efficiency. So usually when you do this, you do a part, then you run out here, and then we would take a look to see how much is coming out that shouldn't. Then we would go back, then we would adjust the compressor, the speed of all the systems, and then in the end ideally you will have nothing but straw coming out the end. No crops, no seeds. Of course, many of the modern harvesters, they have semi-automated systems. You would also sometimes have a camera, so you can look inside at all times, see how are we doing right now. Personally, I'd never driven a Fendt in real life, so I'm not sure what we're looking at here. I can see the top one, that's the speed. says 9.8. Next one with that curve could be yield per acre or something. Third one is fuel on the left, blue one on the right looks like temperature. Oh, can't be temperature. And then over on the right you see the combine, you see some numbers. These are the numbers you usually would look at to make sure you have the correct airflow on the compressors and sieves for the seats. So driving a combine it's much more than just driving. You also need to adjust the header. On modern combines it's auto adjusted, but very few people can actually afford a modern combine. So most combines you do manual adjustments all the time. At the same time while you're adjusting your speed and keeping an eye on this. And then keeping an eye on these things, then suddenly the tractor is here. And then you have to keep an eye on him as well, because he might be going too fast. The trailer is so big on the tractors that the driver, he can't see the rear end of the trailer, right? So if he's too far forward, you need to make sure that you don't unload behind the trailer, which is unfortunately a common problem. So there's actually a lot of this going on, keeping an eye on this. Oh, by the way, you also need to keep an eye in the corn that there's no animals. You will find animals hiding here, especially when we drive around with machinery. So actually going around in a circle like this is a very bad way. You would go around once, and then you would start from one area and move over, hopefully scaring the animals over towards the trees where they will hide, because if we did it like this now, then here in the middle, most likely we would have some animals hiding. And you don't want animals in your machinery, because it ruins the harvest. It's not because the machine can't handle it, it's simply because if it's all being scrapped, then you have to remember it's food, you have to keep it clean, sanitized, and if you suddenly have a carcass or something in there, then it's not clean and sanitized anymore, and you have to clean the machinery. Expensive as well, time consuming. It's not so bad for corn harvest, but it's very bad for forage harvesters, because they might get scared and run directly into the machine, which is a problem for a forest harvester, because you're driving right next to it, right? So suddenly you get it like a red spray of grass inside, and then well, you might as well just dump it here on the field, because now it's useless. So you definitely want to keep an eye on wildlife and try to make sure not to hit any. And when we see it, we try to scare them away. Perfect. So we got plenty of flour also in the factory. I was just thinking about selling the factory. But no. We just need to distribute this to the baker. Let's see if we can figure out how to export this with the train. Yes, and then I'm pretty sure it's back here somewhere. Is it this? Rent the train. Yes. Why is it not working? Do I need to do something? I should get a message, train is on the way. Looks like every time I do this I get a €1 leasing cost. Is there a setting somewhere I forgot to do? Let's see. Vehicle control, engine start go, AI workers. Switch to trains. Yes. Do we actually have to go in here? Find the train somewhere. Transport. Yes, I understand. Interaction. We're looking for interaction. Left mouse button, yes. Draw object right. Use object R, pet R. Left mouse, nothing. R, nothing. E, nothing. All buttons. That's very strange. You can also do it here. funny, every time I click I get this this price. Yes, I get to pay for the train, but I never get to use it. 2 seconds. Yep, that's definitely broken somehow. That's very strange because I don't really have any mods that have any interaction with the trains at all. Pause, unpause. The what? That's so weird. That's so weird. Oh, now it works. Okay. Grain card. I do believe it's this one. Stop. That's full. Can we maybe use the open one? Yes. Alright. Do we have anything else in here? Close that one. Oh, we're good. Off we go. Nice. In the end, we managed to get rid of or use the train. I was just expecting, because I was pretty sure when you rent a train you get a message. Train is X distance away from you and approaching. But I might have been mistaking it with a older or other farming simulator. Alright. Looks good. So let's look at the field. Since we're not gonna use it anymore, we're gonna sell it. And we're gonna skip ahead 1 month so we can actually harvest the canola, and then we need to decide, do we want to export it by train or do we want to sell it to the factory. Exporting by train is not... I've heard people say no because it's too expensive, and of course now it's raining, but what about the factory in here? We still have some flour, which means the bakery is filled. Another pallet. Let's just get this fed, then we'll check the weather forecast. Oh. Unload. Alright, weather forecast is this one. Oh, it will clear up very soon, so let's just wait 1 hour. Hello? Speed up time instead. There we go. Check canola prices. Exporting is clearly the better choice. Looking at the minimap, you can see again we are kind of going from the more yellowish to the green. Might be hard to see, but it's getting more and more green, and that's simply because of the way we are dealing with the fields. Of course, it will take several seasons to actually get it to a, well, let's say above 100% yield per hectare. It's not impossible. And here we enter the red area. You can see it's turning yellow now. We just had a single dot of orange still. It's okay. The corner as well. Very nice. Here we go, going green. Very, very nice. Just extending that green bar. Pretty sure we also get a better environmental score now. What does it say? Yeah, we're all the way up to 85. That means when you have a higher environmental score, that means you will get a bonus. If you notice, when I sell some things once in a while, it says I get a bonus, and the bonus might seem small, but it's actually a lot compared to what you're earning. And here we can see this is field, it's red. This is the extension we made last season. So we extended the field here, and it's the first time we are harvesting. So of course the land is not going to be as optimized as the rest of the field, but that's definitely something that's fixable, or we're able to increase on the output or yield per hectare. And again, you can see it's really depending on the soil type, as now we're going into the green on a new bit, which means we are doing a sandy loam right now. One thing they haven't added into the game is crops and soil type difference, because some crops just grow better in sand, some grows better in silt. I would have expected that to be maybe, let's say, a part of precision farming. And you can see right now in 2022, one of the hot topics in farming is multi-crop fields, and instead of spraying, you have these laser robots that will actually single out plants and kill them, which allows us to basically kill off any unwanted plants instead of spraying, which is brilliant if you ask me. Problem is, these machines are very expensive, they're very small, which means it requires more field time, more work, more fuel. Of course, we're still in the beginning. It will be changed in the future, clearly. coming up on the 1 hour mark any second now. Recap of this episode. Well, hour 9, last hour almost. Sold a field, harvested that field, exported the grain by train, found out that the grain mill has flour on queue to go to the bakery, and the bakery is not able to produce enough bread to get rid of all the flour. Instead, we exported all the crops we harvested for a small profit. And now we are harvesting the canola with a exceptional yield. If you look bottom left on the minimap, you can see we are hitting those 125% increase on some areas, which is very nice, considering we didn't fertilize. But what we did do on this field, which was different, was we rolled after we plowed. Then we saw, planted, seeded, drilled, whatever you want to call it in your area, the conally, and then we actually rolled again. So this field has been rolled twice. Also, we have no rocks. We didn't spray this year. We sprayed last year for weed. This year nothing. So I'm actually quite impressed with this this field. Might have to go and empty the trailer. Yep, it's full. So the idea is, next episode is the last episode. We're spending 1 hour trying to earn as much as possible for the last hour. And then we'll sell everything. I'm not sure if we can actually manage to grow this field one more season. That's why I'm getting it. I already set the farm worker to start working on the field. Well, we're gonna try. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. That's it. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for following. Comment, rate, subscribe as usual. You know the drill. If you want to buy farming simulator products, remember to use my creator code VAUPELL. Single V. And I'll add some links below, which will lead you straight to the Farming Simulator web shop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for the what's it called? How do you call it? The final hour, the last hour. It's 5 to midnight. We'll see. All right. Bye bye.